Tanisha.
And I'm Amy Liao.
We are student reporters from Bullhorn, and today we interviewed journalists from BillyPenn.
So we interviewed them about the procrastination guide to the election, and we learned a lot about them as student journalists, and we're excited to see what happens with the election.
Hi, my name is Beatrice. I'm the deputy editor of BillyPenn, so I do my fair share of reporting and editing.
How's it going? My name is Jordan Levy, and I'm a general assignment reporter at BillyPenn.
My name's Asha Prihar. So I'm a general assignment reporter, which means I cover a lot of really random different things.
So what exactly is BillyPenn?
BillyPenn is an online newsroom, strictly cover Philly. So WHYY covers Philly, South Jersey, the burbs, and Delaware. Our focus is solely on the city, and we're supposed to be a publication for younger folks, and by that I mean older Gen Zers like myself and also millennials.
So, with respect to the BillyPenn election guide, what is the purpose of it?
Basically, the purpose of our guide is to kind of give people an overview of what they're going to see on their ballot, and also, like how to get a ballot, where to go to vote if you're going to vote in person, and just to essentially make it possible for people to have the information that they need to cast their votes and to also cast an informed vote.
That's a really, really good question. For me, I think I try to put myself in the shoes of a voter and think about, I am a voter obviously, but I try to put myself in the shoes of a voter who doesn't work in news and isn't a super high media consumer.
It is a procrastinator's guide, so we recognize that people aren't gonna wanna spend a million years reading about one thing that's on the ballot.
Since we're listing so many people, you have to really point out positions, endorsements, and past work. Those are three aspects that you try and hit as quick as possible. And I guess that's probably one of the things that really frames each caption for people.
Also hyperlink out to any campaign websites or any coverage that would be helpful if people do want to go deeper than just a couple of sentences.
How long does it take to produce this guide? What goes on behind the scenes in producing this guide?
So typically 2 weeks out, we have a meeting where we come up with our list of candidates, which we just pull from Ballotpedia and the election commissioner's website, and then we come up with our assignment. Then we have about a week to write all of our blurbs, and then I edit some blurbs, and then my boss edits some blurbs, and then the version comes out in English, so that's about a 2-week timeline, and then a week after that, it also comes out in Spanish doing an exact one-to-one translation.
I mean, it's really a team effort, so we have pretty much our whole team working on it.
With respect to the Procrastinator's guide to the election, why do you think voters need a cheat sheet?
I think, especially in a time like right now when there's so many things going on, news fatigue is super real, where people are inundated with all this information. It doesn't really talk about a candidate's platform or their policies, but mostly focuses on their rhetorics and their tactics. It's really important for people to be able to cut through the noise and just have kind of a guide for what do I need to know most to be able to vote.
I think it's critical to know people who will be in power, especially let's say there's someone who is rabidly against sanctuary cities running for office, and we note that you can't vote for him as an undocumented person, but maybe you can tell somebody. There's all kinds of ways this could lead to civic engagement, lead to trying to further your interests, whether you're voting or not.
News access happens to fall along the lines of redlining. Some of our neighborhoods with the lowest amount of internet access and access to news by proxy are Black neighborhoods, Latinx neighborhoods, immigrant communities, places that are lower income. And this guide is really, really important to those communities because they may never hear about these people, never even hear about there's an election until this somehow falls into their hands.
So are there any more future plans for the guide, more improvement?
Yes, oh my God, I'm so excited about this. So I'm Puerto Rican. I have members of my family who feel a lot more comfortable speaking in Spanish, especially about issues that matter to them and reading news in their home language. And I think in a time like now where it's so easy to get misinformation, it's really important for this guide to be as approachable and accessible as possible.
The city of Philadelphia this year is putting election materials in 9 different languages for the first time ever. It used to be 2, and then last election became 3, English, Spanish, and Chinese. So now they're adding more of like the top used languages in Philly.
So we're currently fundraising to try to build up our translation capacity to translate it in all of those new languages.
If you're young, go vote. I don't care if you're a young conservative, a young, I don't know, socialist, I don't care anything. Just go out there and let people know how you feel. And, then try and hold people accountable. Don't let it end on election day. I'm all about that.